Alright, so this is loop 47, it's video 16 in the series, so we average roughly 3 loops per video, and right away Xiaoming opens with a statement that leads me to believe that they are gravely misunderstanding what a gnosia does to a human. Since there is no AC follower on board, we know that one of these two doctor claims are the bug and the other is the real doctor. So naturally, we would like to rid ourselves of both of them. Okay, so naturally we have the guard duty reveals, and the way it was done, and likely for many other times, I noticed that Remnen doesn't actually verify Stella's claims. Rather, Remnen says that they could not be Gnosia, and Stella says that he can't. I mean, think of it this way. Remnen is depicted as timid and introverted, and so what if someone else just claimed that they were with Remnen and Remnen did not feel like correcting them? Of course that would never happen, because guard duty is not a rule that can be faked. However, that is, to me, somewhat unfortunate. I would think that would be funny. And wow, we won that 50-50 of Comet and Gina, because we got rid of Comet in the vote, and Rockio, who we kept alive, got rid of Gina for us. Gina was the bug, someone we could not deal with on our own. What do I think, Xiaoming? Without any evidence or backing, I think you're silly. That goes for most everyone here. I think in this regret of hers, SQ is mixing up love with innocence and hate with guilt. It is not that we hate SQ, it's that we want her voted out. Of course, that doesn't happen, Shigemichi rather, but either way, the Gnosia win. We know that the bug is out, and there is no one that can stop us at this point. So did we leave this somewhat possibly critical conversation until after we won? Because what if one of us was frozen or we lost? Clearly we would not be having this conversation. You don't see it, Chippy? Yeah, maybe you should try opening your eyes. Then maybe you would see it. There you go. See? Okay, now back to back comment, you've said something about them being fishy and to look at their eyes, and this tells me that it is not so much that you find their eyes unappealing or whatever, it is that is just your way of saying, I don't trust them. Now, naturally, given it's day one, our vote will go to Remnen, who was the only other fake engineer claim. And this conversation bothers me a bit because in it, Shigemichi is spouting some nonsense about thinking that they are the bug, and to me that's quite silly already, because in reality they must have just learned about what this role is and doesn't understand it too well. Mind the pun, the other reason this bugs me is that Otome can detect via sound whether someone is human or not, or at least that is what they're claiming here when they tell Shigemichi that though they do not know whether or not they are the bug, they at least know that they are human. And it looks like Chippy is Gnosia, so we know that Chippy and Remnen are evil. It is funny that Remnen investigated me for his first investigation. To me, it feels like much of a waste, because as the hypothetical genuine engineer, they would already know that I am not on his side, at least. Now, other than Gnoja, obviously, I don't know why Setsu is taking on so much heat here. They are most likely the real doctor. They are the only claim of doctor. I don't understand if her reveal came in a suspicious manner. I also think it's silly to question the validity of Setsu, as yes, they are most likely genuine, the real doctor, but there are two fake, or rather two claims of engineer. One is for sure fake, that needs to be sorted out. Now, how come everyone is jumping on Rockio here? The only one who didn't vote Rockio was Remnin, who voted for me. Otherwise, everyone outside of the candidates for Code Sleep voted Rockio. I don't understand. And here, yes, I will confirm for everyone, if you will, that Stella is human. This, at the very least, should actually take the heat off of Setsu. In theory, if Setsu was a Gnoja, I'd be lying, and I'd be a Gnoja myself, and I should be the one to be sent into Code Sleep first, because I am saying that Setsu is human. So at the very least, if I am genuine, they're genuine. But if they are not genuine, I'm not genuine. It's a relationship that works one way. It should protect Setsu. I'm not sure if it will. I guess in this sense, Chippy being Gnoja and I'm reporting him as such does also have connotations that connects me to him. And Xiaoming suspects Chippy, then he suspects Setsu, which I do not understand, because I say that Chippy is Gnoja and I say that Setsu is human. And so assuming I'm the engineer, we know that yes, Setsu is human. If I'm not the engineer, then once again, I should be the one taking on the brunt of the suspicion rather than Setsu at the very least. Now, of course, we investigated Otome last round, and they were the bug. And Reminin actually exposes himself because he says he investigated neither Setsu nor Otome. Now, there are still a bunch of wild accusations being tossed around willy-nilly, but surely everyone will vote for Remnin, because Remnin just said they investigated Xiaoming, who was not investigated, and we know this for a fact. And so we will then vote out Xiaoming for some reason. I don't know why. And what do you know? We lost. That is very surprising. No, it's not. So, yes, Remnin is Gnoja. We took out the bug, so we know that ending was not coming. Turns out Shigemichi just doesn't know how to vote.